It is great to be joined from Pennsylvania remotely by Adam Katchmarchi, the CEO of the National Alliance for Drowning Prevention. Yep, we're headed into the summertime, and here in the Low Country with all of the pools that are being built and of course our great beaches, it is certainly something at the forefront of everybody's thoughts as we head toward the month of June. Adam, welcome in. We all know what a terrible tragedy drowning, especially with children, can be. What are some of the things we can do about it?
Yeah, so one of the things, Bob, that we're working to make sure people are aware of this summer, the way drownings actually happen. You know, we talk to so many families that have experienced a drowning, and we hear the words, "I didn't know." And oftentimes, it's even as how drowning presents, you know, that TV and Hollywood often portray drowning as a very loud and pronounced event with someone flailing their arms and calling for help. So many parents think if their child's in trouble in the water that they'll hear or see it. And unfortunately, especially with young children, drowning is fast, 20 to 60 seconds, and it is often silent, where a parent may be within a few feet of their child and may not even recognize it. So making sure people just have the right facts to make sure they can make the proper decisions to keep their family safer this summer season.
All right. What are some of the signals, some of the signs that something may be happening close by?
Yeah, oftentimes it's going to be a panicked look on the child's face. They're going to be submerged underwater often. They're going to look vertical, straight up and down in the water. They oftentimes will be looking like they're trying to climb a ladder. And even with young children, it can often resemble like they're playing in the water. So it's important, you know, for parents to recognize there's not one single thing we can do that's going to completely eliminate the risk of drowning. So the NDPA, we recommend the use of what's called our 5 layers of protection to reduce the risk of drowning. So first is barriers and alarms, restricting access. You know, a lot of parents are shocked to hear that our 1 to 4-year-olds, not only is drowning the leading cause of death for that age group, but also 70% of those drownings are happening during a non-swim time when a child's not expected to be around the water. So making sure we're restricting access, super important. The use of supervision during swim times. With weaker non-swimmers, we want parents in the water being able to reach out and touch their children. Once children know how to swim, the use of an adult water watcher should always be present, and when possible, swim near a lifeguard. But remember, those lifeguards have a lot on their backs, so make sure that you're still watching your own children. You know, third is water competency. It's an amazing thing. Children can learn basic aquatic survival skills super early on in life. The American Academy of Pediatrics now even recommends children can begin swim lessons as early as age 1. So
Really?
What we're telling parents this summer is think about swimming as the first sport you enroll your child in. You know, baseball, football, soccer, mommy and me yoga, they're all great and fun, but the reality is they can't save your life like swimming can. And then as you mentioned, there's a lot of natural water in the Low Country, so making sure that you're using appropriate flotation devices, U.S. Coast Guard approved tested devices with your children, and also adults. You know, you're not invincible either, and it also is good to model that good behavior for your children. And then finally, drowning is an accident, so make sure you know what to do if it happens. Emergency response, making sure you know CPR with rescue breaths and how to make that 911 call.
Yeah, that's a very good point to bring up. Here in the Low Country, our ocean water is very shallow, quite a ways out. Is that a different kind of duck than dealing with swimming pools?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, every different environment's different, and you know, sometimes our first water exposure is oftentimes around swimming pools. So, you know, think about a pool. It's 80, 85 degrees. There's no current. It's clear water. There's no, life swimming in the water. When you get into an environment like the ocean, it's completely different. And even though the water may be shallow, it may be misconceiving because there can be currents in the water that can quickly pull you out. Those rip currents can come out of nowhere. So even knowing what to do if you're in an emergency in natural bodies of water, you know, a great idea is, even if you're not wearing a life jacket, keep something that floats with you. That way, if you do get pulled out, you have something to hold on to until help can reach you.
That's a terrific idea. What's a good website for folks to find out more and maybe get in it a little bit deeper than we have so far today?
Absolutely. You can visit ndpa.org/firstsport. You can learn about water competency, getting your kids enrolled in swimming lessons as early as age 1, and also all the other layers of protection you can do to keep your family safe.
Thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it. The CEO of the National Alliance for Drowning Prevention, Adam Katchmarchi. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.